Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my world. This is the world of Wayne. Happy Friday. As you can see by this massive hole that we got here, and it really is getting too big for this desk, I'm going to be doing the next 6 stages of the Hachette Partworks and Agora models release of Build the RMS Titanic. So that means we're doing stages 99 to 104. And you will notice in this pack that I am bundling some stuff up because there's not much to do at all. We're going to be adding another 2 pieces of hull just onto this area here, which is just out of shot of the camera. I'll get that focused in a minute. And we're also going to start doing the base, which this is going to sit on. So going to be a quick one today. If you do want to get this for yourself, you will have to check the video description and the QR code on the screen to see if it's available in your territory. Remember, if you want this in the UK, it's from Hachette Partworks. For America and Canada there, it's in the US. But without further ado, let's get cracking. It is funny, I don't need the hull for too much on this one, but I have managed to push it over just a touch so I can show you the magazine. But we're going to be doing, as I said, a couple of hull pieces now. So I am going to bundle 2 magazines together here. And this is the stage 99. And as you can see, we've got this one here, which goes into this section, held in with those Allen key screws again. So it's looking like that. And then if I jump onto issue 100 as well, this is the magazine, looking like this. As you can see, we're going to be doing the other piece, which goes on top of that. So by the end of it, for whole pieces in this pack, it's going to look just like this. Now, a lot of people do comment about this build, how they like how everything is in cardboard boxes and paper, cutting down on packaging materials. So just get both of these parts out. I've got my Allen key ready here, and what we're going to do is just mirror what we had done before. So if I just bring this over to where you can see it, I think all cameras are pretty much focused in on that. We're going to be putting the red hull section in first, so I'm going to want it. So this is just going to be going into, let me stand up so I can actually see it myself, into this section just there like that. Once again, it's going to be held in with 1, 2 of those black screws. These are the LM screws. So there's one in that side, just one underneath. And then we're going to be putting this piece in R11. Way to do this is put it in through that way like this, probably best on the top camera, and then sort of twist it into position so that these points here go over these screw holes here. So when we get this in, line it up. And it snaps in just like that. So 2 LM screws in here and then 3 into this side. And there you go. When that's done, that's all there is to do in those 2 stages. And it also means I can now put this whole hull, and this is what it's looking like at the moment. Oh my God. On the floor. So in stage 101, we are going to start this stand. So as you can see here, we've got the first part of this stand, and it looks like we've got the connector as well, which is just going to go in here. And then when we've connected this together, it's going to look just like that. So I think if I go to stage 102, let me just double check that one. Moving on to 2 stages at once again. We're going to be doing exactly the same thing on the other side here as well. So I am going to bundle these 2 stages together as well. And I'm going to challenge myself by doing both stages at the same time. As you can see, they do kind of mirror what's in the box. So I'll have stage 101 on this side and 102 on this side. Now there is a slight difference. In stage 102 I've got these bigger screws, as you can see there. But what we're going to do is just take this half of the stand and we're going to unravel this wire. It's got a 3.5-inch jack which is actually powering this, as you can see there. So what I want to do is just take this 3.5-inch jack and just put it in between this section here so that it fits nice and flush in there and can't move, as you can see. Excellent. I want to take the bottom of this lead and thread it through the hole at the bottom. Pull that through like that. and then put this top over, which we got here, onto this side, which is going to clamp everything together, making sure that the end of this does go into the top there. That's fully encased that into place now. I'm holding it in with these AP screws. I do need 4 of these. So that's 1 there, 1 at the top, and then just 2 more on the other sides. Now for stage 102, I'm going to be taking this adapter, 3.5-inch adapter, and in exactly the same way, this is going to be going down the top. And when we put this in, we want to make sure that this longer area here is facing horizontal, sort of like to 90 degrees. So that can sit in there nice and flush, right deep in there. The channel, hopefully you can see that on the top camera. So when I put this over the top, it's going to be flush on that section just there. Once again, we've got AP screws to hold this in. And after that's complete, we've done 2 terminals. We've got a blank side for the other side of the stand there. And we do have these large screws, but that's all there is to do in that stage. So I think I'm going to bundle the last 2 stages together as well, because stage 103, as you can see here, not much to do. We've got a massive board here, which we're actually going to be screwing these into the board, just like this. And then finally in stage 104, we're going to be adding the circuit board to that. So let me just show you what that looks like. We've got a battery box and a circuit board. I'm just going to be adding the battery box and the circuit board, as you can see there. So then that would be the end of that pack. Let's do this. So the stand comes in this really big box. Gives you an idea of how big the stand is. Don't worry, there's going to be a head measurement incoming in a second. Now remember, my head being the international unit of measure, this is how big that stand is compared to my head. Now just for this section, I have zoomed out my cameras. What we're going to be having is this bracket's going to be going on this side, and this bracket here is going to be going onto this side here. But what I want to do first is feed the holes, or the hole here, with the cables that I've got here. So just bundle them together, put them through the holes. 1 at a time, actually. It's the easiest way to get them through. And when they're through, we can pull them all the way through here. Now what we want is it to be this way round. There is actually a locating lug in here, which is going to help you get the direction of what this needs to be. Make sure I'm not pinching any wires. That's going to go in there just like that. Now this is why we had those massive screws in the last stage. So I am using my PH1 screwdriver for this. It's going into plastic, so don't worry about oil or anything. Turn this over, and I'm going to be putting these screws into this point just here. And one in the other side. You'll notice that I'm not putting any pressure on this stand because I don't want to bend these power supports here. These are quite hard to screw in, you know, so I am going to put some oil on these just to help me out. I have to say, if I haven't got a PH1 screwdriver, I think I will struggle with this bit. But as you can see, they're going in perfect now. Get that as tight as I can get it. All I'm going to do is the same thing on this side here. Again, this stand doesn't matter which way round it goes in. So putting it into the holes here, we've got 3 holes on this one. And using 3 of these screws, which again I am putting into oil this time, I'm going to put this into place as well. Definitely get yourself a PH1 screwdriver. But that's the end of that stage. Just put that to one side, because as you saw in the last stage, we are going to be doing the battery box and control board. All of this is contained. I don't need the stand now. I have zoomed the cameras back up. This is what the control board looks like. Check that out. It's got a switch on it and a USB-C socket. We do need to put them through the holes here. Make sure they both go through. And they're mounted so I can see them on the other side there, because I am going to screw this into place with these JP screws, which come in this one that side, and just one the other side here. Don't over tighten them, you don't want to damage the board. Now we do have a plug here which is eventually going to go into port A. It's labelled A. They haven't asked us to do that though, so I'm not going to do that. That's all there is to do in that stage. That's all there is to do in that pack. So now you can see why I bundled some of those up. But that's how it's looking. And that's pretty much the size of that base there. I'm quite sure where that goes. Probably in the middle of that section, I'm guessing. The other way around. I don't know. Oh, there you go. It fits the other way around perfectly. There's some nugs at the bottom. But that's that build for another month. So I really do hope you like that video. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please remember to subscribe. Other than that, take care.